Yeah, we start with breaking news tonight because Cincinnati police have closed the 6th Street viaduct in both directions where a train derailment happened. Thank you for staying up late with us. I'm Brittany Harry. Fox 19's Alexis Martin has been at the scene now. So Alexis, what do we know so far about what happened?
So we know around 9 cars derailed. Now we are pretty far back, as you can see. We haven't been able to get much closer, but Cincinnati Fire Department did come give us an update saying that the train was not carrying anything hazardous. Now, again, we weren't able to get close to get video of the derailment, but photojournalist Philip Krinsky was able to fly the drone and get some shots from above. So we're going to play that for you now just to try to and give you the best idea that we can. So Assistant Chief Matt Flagler says just after 9 p.m., CSX Railroad called 911 in the area of 6th Street and Evans in Queensgate. The trail was in the rail yard and was being put together for transport. During that, the derailment happened. He says around 9 cars derailed, and those cars were actually carrying other cars. CFD says some of the rail cars hit supports for the 6th Street viaduct, which is why that US Route 50 is closed, and some of the cars even went into Mill Creek. CFD says they closed US-50 in both directions and they can't reopen it until the Ohio Department of Transportation and the Cincinnati Department of Transportation assess the bridge. Now, Flagler says they're also working with the U.S. Coast Guard because the cars went into Mill Creek. He says the fire department's hazardous materials team is putting protective barriers around the area to contain anything that could be leaking from the cars. But again, he says that it is not hazardous. We did ask Flagler why this could have happened. Here's what he had to say.
The railroad, it was a very slow speed incident, meaning they were preparing this train for transport. They said it was 2 miles an hour or less. The cars were moving when they fell over, so we don't have any indication that it was anything other than an accident at this point.
Assistant Chief Flagler did say it doesn't look to be terribly damaged, but they're just wanting to be sure before they let any cars across it. They also had drones up helping the engineers assess the damage. He says what makes it difficult is that it's dark outside in the area of where the derailment happened. Again, we just want to stress there was nothing hazardous on the trains, and we're working to learn as much information as we can. Live in Queensgate with photojournalist Philip Krinsky, I'm Alexis Martin, Fox 19 Now.
Inspections of the Daniel Carter Beer Bridge are now complete, city officials say, and tonight Pete Rose Way and Riverside Drive have reopened to traffic. So this comes after a fire under the bridge caused damage to the structure a couple of weeks ago. It's unclear what the findings of that inspection are, but officials with the Ohio Department of Transportation say they are reviewing them to determine how much of the damaged area needs to be removed and replaced. Crews were able to remove the damaged sign truss today, and right now the southbound lanes of the bridge are still closed. Some of the northbound lanes, though, are open to traffic. The cause of the fire hasn't yet been released.